It's just for pride, so let's see if Alberta can come back and at least even it up a little bit before the end here. But we are loading the game as we speak. I'll have Cold SC here introduce our players.
On the right-hand side, we've got our Pro Toss player. That is FireZerg? No, sorry, okAndro. I was looking, actually, the icons at the top are backwards. That's what was throwing me off. So we've got FireZerg, our Zerg player. There we go, and Andro as our Pro Toss player, kind of fumbling that intro. That's okay. They're spawning on cross positions. Obviously, they cannot.
Lying to me.
Yes, it is, and you cannot actually spawn close position right now. So FireZerg sending out his Overlord Scout to that southern base and going to know exactly where Andro is.
Yeah, exactly. Now you feel how like basically news anchors feel if they have a typo on the thing. You gotta read it anyhow.
Yes, exactly.
Because we're being told to. So yeah, just a little mix up there. But yeah, we're moving to this game. We're seeing not close air positions, but actually completely opposite positions on the map. FireZerg being our orange Zerg in the top left, and yeah, Andro in the right. And I'm interested to see exactly what's going on here. FireZerg did indeed scout that it is not close positions, and we do see a pylon already down. So a Forge Fast Expand coming down from Andro, I believe, and on a map where it is pretty difficult to fully wall. So if FireZerg catches wind of this, he might just go all in with some sort of one base push.
Odd pylon placement there, kind of blocking off the gas. Not totally sure about that. Kind of a little interesting there. But yeah, how FireZerg follows this up is going to be very, very important. There is a probe for Andro hanging out in FireZerg's natural, just looking for the scout there. We do see the probe coming down here, and with all those minerals, we might be seeing a Nexus first. Going to grab some minerals in the mouth and drop that Nexus. There we go. So Nexus first. Very, very brave move by Andro.
Yeah, and I think because the gas, if I'm not mistaken, the gas is before the spawning pool here, so I'm thinking that we're going to see some sort of roach all in. I could be completely wrong. I don't play Zerg, but this is usually what I have observed. So we will see, and if he does indeed do that, he'll be in a good position because it is pretty hard to hold unless he gets a lot of preemptive cannons. It could be difficult for Andro to hold this.
I think he's just going to go for a speedling expand. He's getting the speed.
Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah, you're completely right.
He's getting the speed right there, getting 6 lings, actually, and a queen. Might be expanding behind this. We'll have to watch his money pretty closely. The Forge is completing right now as that Nexus first. That Nexus is over halfway done, and we're only 3 minutes and 45 seconds into this game. And now there's a couple units moving down the ramp for a Zerg player. Looks like he's going to actually chase that probe away. There we go, chasing that probe down, and should be expanding pretty soon, I would imagine.
That's actually exactly what Andro wants here. He wants the Zerglings to follow his probe because that's more time for this cannon to get up, because it's actually going to be really close once these lings actually get here. They might actually get here before the cannon. This could be huge for FireZerg, but no, he is going to fully wall off, but he's still may be able to run around the backside. Where the Forge is positioned, it doesn't look like there's a slot there, but there is indeed no slot, and he's just going to fully wall.
Nice.
And yeah, good job by Andro canceling that full wall, and that cannon is now up and he is safe.
Good move by Andro, staying calm under pressure, making the right decision, walling that off, forcing FireZerg's lings to run back. Speed is almost done, will be done any second. Now the big thing is how he's going to follow this up. Are we going to see a third base? But again, the gold covered in rocks. There's also rocks blocking the expansion to the north. So what base is he going to take? He could take the most northern base, that natural right now where his lings are. He could take that base. Or he could go for a 2-base timing. Again, a lot of options. But I wonder what the worker count is right now with those units getting out. It's 22 to 22, so they are exactly even.
Yeah, exactly, and we should see if FireZerg is going to go for that early third. Stargate being placed down by Andro. We could see a game very similar to the last here with that early Void Ray. If he does go for that early third, FireZerg could be in trouble just because that early Void Ray does pose a lot of problems for that early third, but he is not going up to that third base, so look for FireZerg to do some sort of 2-base action.
Stargate halfway done. I love seeing this play. Stargate play is very, very good in this matchup. You do have to execute it well. It does take some micro. You got to be careful to not lose any of those Void Rays. Void Rays are pretty expensive, but there is a layer going down right now off of 2-base, so we could be seeing some Muta play as we see drone attempted.
Yeah, exactly. And we do see a lair coming out from FireZerg, so looking to go quick mutas most likely, and that could actually do a good job against what our Protoss player is going for. That Void Ray not very effective against mutas, but we'll find out shortly exactly what he's deciding to go for.
I love how you can see that kind of warping in there. You do have to kind of spin it around to see it. People were talking about the balance. Possibly you could tell what's coming out, but it would be very, very difficult to get a glance at that. And you see some lings poking away at this gateway, actually getting it pretty low right now. It's in the red.
Yeah.
Is he going to cancel it, though? He doesn't cancel. It just goes down. So he just loses those 150 minerals immediately, replacing that gateway. Unfortunately, was not on top of it enough to get that cancel. FireZerg with a nice little bump up there. Now getting out a Hydralisk Den, actually, and a Spire at the same time.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that actually just completely counters those Void Rays. And the Gateway Armor is going to come out. He's going to have to do a really quick switch to Colossus if he wants to deal with this properly. But he is, it looks like, taking out the rocks to the back third base. So he is looking to play more of a macro-ish game. Just probably going to do some harassment. But 3 Queens just meeting that Void Ray. That is all just because he did have that Watchtower. I believe that Void Ray went right through the circle there. And yeah, just perfectly prepared for that. But he is probably going to get that creep tumor at least. Never mind. Yeah, he is.
I do really like the creep spread in the main base, spreading the creep actually towards the ledge so he can move his queens around, have some more mobility, and can actually start spawning creep on the low ground. Creep spread, very, very important, gives you that vision and that speed, especially when you're getting out as many Hydralisks as he is right now. That speed is very, very important. Spire is almost done. Looking at the food counts, it is 57 to 74. That's pretty standard as an Overseer is flying around getting a ton of vision in the main base of our Protoss right now, seeing mostly everything, dying as soon as that Phoenix pops out. But what are these Hydralisks doing right now?
They're just running across the map. I think they're actually going to get that Phoenix. Oh, taking a bit of hull damage there. He was not ready for that. Almost going down. And I was just going to mention the Overlord positioning for FireZerg. Really good for scouting. He did just have one Overseer go throughout the whole main of our Protoss player, and then he knows that turret is not quite up yet. But when you see, why are they just...
I think this was a misclick. This is a bad idea. There's no way they can escape from here. It looks like when he started retreating, he was kind of doing an oh shit, excuse my language, but realizing that there's no way they can escape. Another Hydralisk running down here, so FireZerg really has a broken rally or something. Choosing to dance right there. I'm not really sure what he's up to. FireZerg is known for a little bit of BM, and actually doing the slash dance. There we go. So that Hydralisk is just dancing away in front of the Protoss base. That is hilarious. Creep spread going up to the third, but there's actually no third there quite yet, and we are seeing Zealot legs.
Yeah, and he's actually pooping creep just down where our Protoss player wants to make that third. Now just getting swept out of there. 4 mutas coming just to check this goal. Didn't see all those Zealots there. If he wants, he can just take out Zealots for free right now until they go back to... Well, to be honest with you, he doesn't really have a lot for these mutas. I think he has a couple of Phoenix on the map, but once they back into these cannons, he should be safe. But it will be somewhat difficult for our Protoss player to move on to that third base.
Dancing Hydralisk falls to his death, can no longer dance. Mutalisk bouncing around here, but there is some Phoenix here. There is a bunch of cannons, and FireZerg is actually taking 2 bases at the same time right now. And Templar Archives is on the way. Templars are very popular right now in pretty much every matchup, either going Storms or going... I'm blanking right now. Help me out here. Archons, there we go. Can't believe I forgot that for a moment. These Mutalisks are flying above the Stalkers, trying to take out the Pylon, but the Pylon still has, like, a HP on it.
Yeah,
10.
Very close, very close. He's going to take these rocks out because he knows he wants to kind of take this base, and he knows that those other rocks are actually down, so that's another avenue he can run into the natural. But Andrew is actually taking his gold right now. Might have to cancel it with all these Zerglings here. I don't know if he's going to be able to deal with that well enough. His Zealots are still in base, I believe. No, actually, they were running across. There's engagement in the middle right now. Zealots versus Mutas don't do very well. And yeah, he's going to lose all those Zealots. Decent trade. I don't really know why he ran all those Zealots, but yeah.
Flew the Mutalisk away. Now he's going to actually run in here with Mutalisk, going right on top, almost magic boxing. You would imagine there's a Thor under there for how he set that up, doing a lot of damage going back to this gold. Looks like he'll be able to get it now with the Hydralisk spawning in. And will there be a cancel? No cancel again, losing that just like the gateway. So really, something Andro needs to do is practice his building canceling. Needs to practice hitting that escape button. One Voider goes down, another one taking a little bit more damage. And FireZerg playing very well right now, but floating a bit too many minerals, actually. Oh, sorry, I missed that up. Andro's the one floating too many minerals.
Yeah, Andrew's in actually a very awkward position right now. He's trying his hardest to expand to a third base, but he just can't seem to get it. I believe he just killed his own forge because he walled himself in a little bit. Rebuilding that forge a little bit further back, and he is going to move out to this hold, but I don't think he's going to be able to hold it. FireZerg just expanding all around the map. He knew he was going to win before this even started, dancing with those Hydras, it looks like. And yeah, I really don't know what Andrew's going to do to pull himself back into this game.
FireZerg is a bit of a cocky player, if I can say so. He is droning up very hard right now, and he is in a very good position. He's really holding the Protoss player back. If you look at the food count, it is 62 to 128, 68 now. Our Protoss player playing pretty well. He has made a couple fumbles, but so has FireZerg. FireZerg lost a lot of Hydralisk for nothing, and but he is expanding well behind it and playing pretty good. Our Protoss player does need to establish a third, though, and he's trying his hardest, as he said.
Yeah, I don't really know what this clean does. It's just like, sup, got a clean in your third. This is how I'm denying it now. Yeah, I saw that go there a little bit earlier. I'm like, I don't really know what you're looking for, but whole energy clean is just going to go down here. Interesting. FireZerg doing some weird rallying. I'm not sure if it's on purpose or not, but sending out all these overlords. Oh my god. I would be scared just to see all those overlords coming across the map, even though they don't attack. That is just... God, it looks like that would just be an epic drop if all those had units in them, but wow, yeah, there's a lot of overlords just coming out. They're actually going to spew creep and make a highway for all those Hydras, it looks like. Just going to, yeah, indeed cover the map in creepy poop, it seems like.
Yeah, exactly. FireZerg doing some really weird rallies, but he is pretty far ahead right now, especially on food, but losing a handful of Mutalisks there, not the best control right now. Look at that, the stats show it all. Not a lot of workers killed actually in this game, but FireZerg is really just containing the Protoss player. He can't do anything, canceling the Nexus at the gold. Not going to be able to get these cannons or these pylons up, but might be able to get a bunch of Ling kills right here actually. Oh, the Lings are actually going to run away and get out of there with not too many losses.
Yeah, if we look up at the top, actually, there was some Zealots that got warped in up there and actually took out a base right as
nice.
3 Spine Crawlers finished right in the mineral line. Interesting position for them. But look at how many units there are on the map here. He did lose a few at the gold a second ago, but wow, that is a lot of units. If you go to the units tab, that is 29, with, I believe, even more coming out as we speak. And will he indeed get this gold up? Is Andro? I really don't see how he can pull himself back into this game. He just is incredibly behind in economy.
Well, look at the mini-map. The purple is everywhere, and really FireZerg has had free range of the map. He's had map control the entire game. Right now, Andro's trying to get that gold up, trying to get to 200. He has that 100th supply right now. It could be, yeah, it's going to be really hard for him to come back. Will this hatchery go down? It looks like it's going to. What's the upgrade on the Zealots? If they can focus, you might be able to get it down. They have nothing. That's why it's taking so long for it to go down. It's 19 minutes into this game. You should have upgrades right now. That hatchery surviving with 82 HP. That would not happen if there was +1.
No, exactly. +1, just such an effective upgrade, especially against Zerglings, cutting it down. I know everybody's heard it 100 times over again, but one less swipe with those Zealots is a big deal, and Poop's still coming down at that back base. And wow, a lot of mutas coming in there. That Mutaball could have been disintegrated by Archon shots. Wow, that could have been scary, but he does indeed back out. And yeah, he's just going to kind of control right outside of the base of Andro.
So many Mutalisks right now just flying around, taking out a bunch of Zealots here. Does need to be careful, like you said. He was one step away from losing way too many Mutalisks. He has 181 food, over 100 right now. Side Storm completing. There's another hatchery going down. That hatchery that was originally taken out is about to complete. Mutalisks going down. Upgrades everywhere. High temps being morphed in. Andro doing what he possibly can, but he is really behind right now as we see a huge flock of Mutilas just flying over to take care of any harassment.
Yeah, I like what he's doing with the Zealots. He really is trying. He did just take out that bottom left hatchery that he damaged earlier. So good job there. Andrew's still fighting in this game for sure, but I just really think that that pack of Mutas is huge. And Storms is the answer, so are Archons, but I just don't think there's